Hey there everyone, welcome back to Game Vine, and my name is Dave. And if you have a spookster in your house, well, you know who to call, the Ghostbusters. So let's take a look at Ghostbusters Blackout from IDW. Let's go. So Ghostbusters Blackout is a cooperative game where you are going to take control of 4 Ghostbusters and go around the town trying to capture all these ghosts and earn enough captures before the chaos envelops the whole city and brings it to damnation. Okay, it's not really that extreme, but it is a cooperative game, and if I had to say, it's on the lighter side, which is not always a bad thing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the components, and I'll show you how to play and give you my thoughts at the very end, and I'll tell you if I like this one. Let's go. So this is what you get in the box. The production quality is above average, I would say. The card quality is decent, and these big card characters here, they're a little bit thicker than normal cardboard. She's my favorite. I like her. I always like the Rebels. The dice are a little bit lighter than I would like, but I love this orange color. The blue is kind of hard to see. I would say that is my quibble with the dice. The cardboard is above average quality, and I actually like the board a lot because I like the contrast of purples and this kind of green, teal, bluish color. I appreciate the board most of all, and some other various cardboard components. So not an incredible amount of stuff in the box, just enough for you to play this game. With that being said, let's go show you how to play this game. Okay, so I'm only going to explain the basic rules because it's fairly easy to pick up, and you can read the rest of the minute ones in the rule book. You will start everybody with their Ghostbuster. Like I said, Kylie Griffin is my favorite, but everyone has their own special power, and there is a nice selection of people here, so I like that. And the power here, once per activation, you may exchange one of these ghost dice for a equipment, or equipment for a ghost dice, and that's going to make more sense here in a little bit. Now, once everybody has their Ghostbusters, and you always play with 4, so you'll have to be rolling a lot of dice on this game. You'll give their corresponding color of dice, and then you're ready to set up after you put all the ghosts and equipment out. Now, what you do as a team is essentially trying to capture 15 ghosts, or the game will end when this tracker right here for the chaos reaches 20. So you either win together or you lose together. Now all your favorite ghosts are here. You got Slimer, you got the Stay Puft, you got Zool, and you got the Ghost Shark. Yeah, I think I remember that in the movie. It's pretty funny. And the icons on the dice are basically going to try to catch the ghost or get equipment, but there are a few things that you can use just for your Ghostbusters, like this guy right here is the move Ghostbusters 1 space, so you can move them a few spaces if you get a few of those. And these basically are good for taking away possession, because you can get possessed in this game and or catch ghosts with this. And there are a lot of different other icons that are going to correspond to these here, but they're relatively easy to pick up. So each turn is broke up into 4 phases. You got the spawn ghost, you got the roll dice, you got the activate the Ghostbusters, and then you got the cleanup phase. And the spawn ghost is, of course, if any of the spaces here are empty, you just take from the ghost deck and flip it on over. The roll dice is pretty simple. All the dice will be rolled, and the rolling phases goes like this. You can keep any of the dice you want and re-roll if you want, but you have to get rid of 1 dice to re-roll the rest of the dice. And you can continue to do that process until you don't have the requirements to get rid of a dice to re-roll. But that is a different kind of re-roll system. It's going to cost you, so you might want to take a second guess before you re-roll those dice. And then you activate the Ghostbusters. This is the coolest part of the game because it's super cooperative. You can take your time and say, well, this Ghostbuster goes here, and then your partner can say, well, maybe we can do this here, and you can pass off a dice if you're in the same burrow. It's a lot of cooperative work, and you're going to need it if you want to keep these ghosts at bay. And then the cleanup phase is basically you're going to tick up the chaos track. If no Ghostbuster is in a burrow and you can see the chaos tracker, it ticks up 1. Or if the ghost cards, because they each have a little ability, if it says to tick up some of the ghost tracker, you'll do that. And anything else that may trigger at the end of the round goes off, and then we go right back up to this first phase of putting the ghost out. The equipment cards are earned by rolling these dice here and putting them here to purchase. The person who puts the last dice on there gets the equipment, so they can stay on there, person, if it's green, he gets the card. Now you can't keep dice over from the next turn, so you better spend all of them. So that's a rule you want to keep in mind. This track down here keeps track of ghost capture. Once it hits the hysteria tiles, this is going to change up the game a little bit. There's a whole bunch of different ones. You have to follow these rules. Causes 2 chaos. Sometimes they're ongoing, sometimes they're not. But you just have to follow them, and these keep ticking up. Now this is how you also make the game harder or easier. You'll take these off or add more on. I'm not a huge fan of the difficulty ramping in this game. But that's what you'll do. You'll continue to try to roll dice, capture the ghosts by getting their icons here, and once you capture all of them, all 15, you win the game. Or if you unfortunately get 20 chaos, you lose. One other thing that I want to mention, this is a reroll icon. Everyone gets a reroll token that they can use for free once this hits 15. And essentially that's it. There's a lot of things that I left out when it comes to the text, so this game is relatively replayable, not extremely, but it does have enough meat there to play this game a decent amount of times. So now you know how to play. Let me tell you my opinion, and we'll give this game a score. The theme check. Did I feel like a Ghostbuster? Nah, a little bit. Now that's how you play Ghostbusters Blackout. Let's give it a score right now. It's a 72 in my book. Solid one, not spectacular, but a decent co-op game, and something that I'm going to keep around on my shelves because I love more co-op games. Now I am a Ghostbusters fan, and when I was growing up I watched the cartoon, I had the little figures, and I watched both of the movies. I think I do like number 2 a little more. Get out of here, bug. And I get flack for that all the time. But knowing that I'm more of a fan than most, but not like a crazy fan, the theme hit with me a tad bit. The art is pretty good. The quality of all the pieces is standard. So that, I would say, bumped up the grade to a decent point. The gameplay being as light as it was, it's easy to teach. I like that. I like any games that are easy to teach. But even when I was ramping up the difficulty, it just felt like I was adding more things to the game that was already light. And I don't know, it just didn't feel like the ramping of the difficulty meshed with me in regards of ramping things up. But I do like dice games, and I like how you have their Yahtzee aspects. Mini games do this, and sometimes having specific things to catch specific ghosts works out in your favor, but sometimes they don't. There was one game where nothing was going right for us, and the chaos just got out of control super fast, and there was just no way we stood a chance that game. But normally it doesn't happen. I played this 4 times, and I won 3 out of the 4. So in that regard, we won more, and I think that you're going to win this cooperative game more or less if you're playing on normal or easy mode. In hard mode, you know, that's the one that we lost, but I only felt like we lost it because they bloated the difficulty or the game in general. So take that for what it is. Now, there was one burrow that we just let a ghost terrorize, and I feel so bad for those people because they're going to need some serious help after that. They either didn't have the Ghostbusters number or we put them on block, but we did not visit them, and that ghost just ran rapid in their burrow. But you can do that and still win the game, and some of the bosses are pretty cool. I do like the asymmetric powers on the Ghostbusters. There's a lot of good things about this game. It's just that the things that bring it down make it more of a level-headed game for me. So something that's not going to blow my mind, but something I'm going to keep on my shelf because I love cooperative games, especially ones that I can easily teach. And if somebody likes Ghostbusters, I'm definitely going to go to this co-op game first. So I'm recommending this game, absolutely. And I'm also going to say thank you so much, IDW, for your support by sending this as a review copy. You help the channel grow, and thank you so much, Vine Nation. I always do that. Thank you so much, Vine Nation, for coming and watching today's video. And if this was informational, or if you liked the video, please click like and share. That would be awesome. If you don't like the video, click dislike and let me know down in the comments below why you don't. But until the next time that I see ya, I am Dave, and have a great rest of your day and a great time with all the ghosties that you play and catch. You know what I'm talking about. Bye, everybody. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.